there, and it feels like he is he's the only hope. He's the only injection that we could count on after last night's shutout.
He's the good luck charm. I think he is. I don't think he's had a loss. I don't think he's seen a loss.
Haven't seen a loss, and that's why we can't panic. You can't panic, guys. Things like this happen in sports. It's not going to be easy. And nobody promises a smooth sailing road. There's going to be a little bit of adversity. You got to dig deep. You got to rise above it. And we're going to be back home to do exactly that. Game 6 in our barn. What else could you ask for? We're in our home building. You'd sign up for Game 6, up 3-2, Dallas Stars.
That's Jake Riepma in studio here on the Fan Cam, Twitch, and YouTube. What's your caffeine intake daily?
I'm glad you asked. So one of my idols in life, Dan Campbell, Texas guy. Yeah. So I do 2 dark roasts with 4 shots of espresso on top of that. So the pilots in the airline industry, the pilots call it the red eye. I've also heard it referred to as the black eye because you know after a night you're really getting after it. You kind of need that in the morning. So.
I don't really know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, like a red eye. You know when you're flying a red eye. That's what they drink on a red eye, RJ Choppy.
So you've already had 2 of those right by now?
Yeah.
You've had 2. So you've had.
Well,
8
no, that's what's
shots
in the cup. You know, I always walk in with the cup. That's what's in the cup. So
okay.
I'm probably about halfway through a double dark roast with 4 shots of espresso.
You know, the light roast is the one that's supposed to be the bigger bounce.
Very good point. Very good point. No, he is absolutely correct because the light roast is roasted not as long, so the caffeine doesn't get roasted out of the beans.
Yeah, so why don't you just have light roast? And
I like my coffee dark, baby.
Jake,
I do.
And then are you done with caffeine when you walk out of here? Or do you drink coffee throughout the day or like Red Bull?
Yeah. So routine, now that, working on the Texas State Network early morning, I'm able to finish the job and then able to hit a 9 o'clock workout and ride the high. Okay. And I keep the caffeine going during that amount of time as well.
All right, your takeaways from last night.
Do you want to start with the watch party? Because I thought the crowd showed out. I was really impressed with the Tolos. Yeah. Talked to some Tolos and got some good audio. You got to get some audio.
Are people starting to tell Jake no?
Wait a second.
No.
Wait a second. Who was that an impression
Are people starting to recognize you a little bit?
Yeah, especially.
Oh wait, that was making fun of me.
No.
Are we sure? I'm not sure. I think it was.
Jake, you got a nice little scent here. Don't mess it up.
I enjoy talking to the Tolos.
Bobby loves you now. Are they starting to be like, oh, Jake Riepma, I've heard of you. You getting any recognition?
No,
out there?
I made sure I wore my 105.3 The Fan t-shirt or hoodie yesterday, even though it was hot, and I was like, that's the only 105.3 The Fan stuff I have. I'll sweat my off, and they can see 105.3 The Fan. But the kids I talked to, the kids loved it. The kids, I gave them the microphone, and the kids, that was the best soundbite of the night, because I asked them about Connor Hellebuck, and there was 2 kids, and one of them goes, he sucks. He's a terrible goalie. And this other kid, I give him credit. He goes,
get in there with the kids.
He's a good goalie, but he sucks in the playoffs. And then I started laughing like a hyena, like I always do. And then that probably scared the kids away. But you know what? The Tolos were great. Everybody I talked to, I talked pregame and everything. And then the crowd started to thin out after the second period, which makes a lot of sense. And then when they scored the 3rd goal, it was a mass exodus, which I understand, middle of the week, late night,
When did you start to realize the Stars didn't have it?
Well, when Mason Marchment took his 50th penalty of the playoffs, so and not only that, it's the thing that just drives me crazy. Obviously, in all seriousness, the DeBoer presser, he always nails it post game. He said, bad puck luck or whatever, but to go on a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes, and then additionally the tough bounce off of Harley there that originally deflected off Wyatt Johnson's stick. Like, that stuff happens. You're up against it on the road. Winnipeg's really good on the road. Now we bounce back. But Mason Marchment's penalty minutes are just absurd. And then when you add it with, I'm not even exaggerating, just 0 production. The guy hasn't scored a point in the playoffs. And on top of that, these penalties, the one last night is an offensive zone penalty. It's not like he's diving to save a scoring chance for Winnipeg. The Stars are in the offensive zone, and he's committing penalties. And it's happened not once. Not going to sound like LeBron. Not once, not twice, not 3, not 4. It's just every game. It's a Mason Marchment dumb penalty.
It's also a little bit of bad luck when you get a 5-on-3 with almost a full 2 minutes.
Precisely. You nailed it there.
I think it's obviously it's very good luck when you get a penalty with like a minute to go in the period, so it gets split up.
Right.
This was the ultimate bad break.
And it was if you look at it in the replay, his stick, I think it was Esa Lindell's stick, or Petrovic's, I don't remember which one, but his stick literally got stuck behind the net, and there was nowhere for him to move it, causing the tripping penalty. And so there was a severe element of bad luck. I'll also add that Tyler Sagan's shot off the post. I mean, he clearly beat Hellebuck in that. It's just a matter of a game of inches. I know that's a sports cliche, but it really was. I mean, you think about what happens if that puck goes in. We've got a 1-1 tie, and anything can happen. But when that goes off, that clangs off the crossbar or the post, whatever it was, and it remains 1-0, Winnipeg takes advantage, and they were fighting an uphill fight the whole night.
Jake Riepma joining us in studio after the Stars lose last night 4-0 right here on 105.3 The Fan. Was the Jamie Benn punch dirty?
So I got a bunch of hockey buddies back home that I played with, and I was curious. Pond hockey, outdoors where men are men. None of this fancy stuff inside rinks. We skate outdoors in the winters. But no, I was really curious. Just
ice fish too.
I suck at that kind of stuff. I'm not manly enough. But
you just said it was manly men that play hockey.
Yeah, but in a sports setting, when you don't have to have any brain cells, you got to actually know what you're doing fishing wise. But I asked a couple of buddies, what do you think? Because I knew they'd give me a non-biased opinion, just hockey fans. They watch every game, not a dog in the fight, that sort of thing. And both guys I talked to said, kind of a sucker punch, but I don't think he gets suspended. So I thought because I was kind of on the other side, like, dang, sucker punch out in the open in front of everybody.
Would that normally get you suspended?
That's where it's a judgment call, and I was surprised. Both my buddies said, look, I think it's very dirty and can't stand it, whatever, but I don't think he gets suspended.
What separates things with a fracas where you are pushing and shoving versus having one of the punches land? Is it just come down to sometimes whether the punch lands versus pushing, shoving, you can swing, but not get suspended? Ben's going to get punished extra for connecting versus a usual tussle?
I think it's like if both guys hey, we're dropping
Squared
them,
up.
we're squaring up versus one guy threw a punch where the other one was like, I'm just engaged in a shoving match here.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of one of those things you could compare it to something else in life where you don't necessarily have a distinct definition of it, but you know it when you see it,
Right, and the glove still being on.
I didn't know if I was allowed to say that. I've already kind of had 2 strikes in this segment, so I didn't want to strike out, but exactly like pornography, you don't have a definition, you know it when you see it.
Is it a sucker punch though if he's looking at you?
See, I heard you guys saying that he was looking. Did he? Do you think? I went back and watched it a couple
face
of
to
times.
face with him when he punches him.
But it was such
he was face to face, like it's turning like this face 1 second, boom.
Yeah,
it wasn't staring at him.
That's where I draw the separation, where it wasn't like, come at me. No, it was like you all of a sudden made in a split second, and I guess to give Jamie Benn some credit, if this hockey thing doesn't work out, maybe take up Floyd Mayweather boxing.
972. When did Arnie Spanier come back?
Oh my God! Why do I have a line open?
Did they do anything to limit Mikko last night?
Yeah, I thought the Jets' defensive game plan really took Mikko out. I mean, you could tell from
Mikko what?
Rantanen.
There you go, Choppy.
He makes it an 8-syllable word. I love it.
Rantanen, the Moose, baby. The Moose did not get loose last night, unfortunately. And it's such a, you look at the home road splits, and I don't know what it is other than they feed off playing at home in front of that crowd.
Great crowd.
They execute much, much better, and distinctively, all 5 players really consistently throughout the game were just able to limit the Stars offensively. I mean, you're talking about shots on goal somewhere around 15 late in the third period. You're not going to win a lot of games like that. And there were some high-quality chances. I guess I got to give Hellebuck some credit. He made some early saves that were pretty impressive. But, I mean, a goalie faces 22 shots and he gets the shutout, whoop-de-doo. The Stars got to generate more offense.
You going to Game 6?
Absolutely. I mean, come on. Is the Pope Catholic? Is the bear you-know-what in the woods? Come on.
Isn't the fiance in town?
She is, but
oh my God, you're gonna go? You leave her at home?
No. No. She's got to go back. She's got Big 12 baseball this weekend, so it's just a quick trip. I mean, she's landing this morning. We're gonna do some virtual venue touring.
Ooh.
So we're gonna have my pen and paper out. I'm gonna be firing so many questions. I don't want to be that deadbeat fiance that's like, oh, whatever you want, honey. No, I want to know. What are the table settings gonna look like?
What are the top 2 most important things for you?
Open bar, a bachelor party. Does that count?
Okay.
No.
Why did Sarah get that bachelor party last weekend? I don't remember you getting a bachelor party.
I've already had one. Like 10, 20 years ago.
Oh, so you're not. Oh. I wonder how customary is that, Tolos, getting remarried or getting married a second time and you don't get the second bachelor party? Is that
I'm sure
Emily Post?
I'm sure if I wanted one, I could get one. I just never
Choppy, let's do a bachelor party.
You want to
man.
do it? Look,
there are a few things in life I enjoy less than bachelor parties.
I mean, I'll take any excuse to drink.
Why would you not want to party it up?
I mean, I wouldn't hate it. I just never. I was like, you go. Her friends were like, it was kind of like a joint birthday party for her with her friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they went to just the
golf place.
Oh yeah, the Omni at Fields Ranch.
Best steak she's ever had.
Yeah, I know. It really emasculated me with the steak thing.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Dallas Stars. It's happening on Sunday. Saturday. We close it out, baby.
Jake Riepma.